Nithyananda, welcome to Nithyananda TV News from Bididi Ashram for Thursday, June 7th, 2012, the year of meditation and cosmic partying, the kind that doesn't do damage to our bodies. Now for today's headlines. Flash news, Swarna channels thugs assault Nithyananda administrator. Administrator Atma Prabhananda taken to hospital. Another brahmachari sustains multiple facial injuries. Bididi Ashram, 7th of June 2012. Hours after 20 individuals from the Canada channel Swarna, led by Chief Ajit, entered a press meet addressed by Paramahamsa Nithyananda and tried to serve a summons illegally to Nithyananda, Swarna channel's hired hands committed multiple acts of violence on men and women ashramites inside the Bididi Ashram campus. Swarna's OB van arrived around 6 p.m. at the ashram gates, along with about 50 individuals armed with weapons, calling themselves the Karnataka Navanirmana Sena, and began raising slogans against Paramahamsa Nithyananda. When ashramites went to inquire about the matter, about 10 of the thugs scaled the locked gates of the ashram, entered the premises illegally, and first assaulted Sri Mayatitananda, the brahmachari handling the ashram camera, and damaged the camera to ensure that no video recording could take place. Then they pushed the ashram administrator, Sri Atma Prabhananda, to the ground and assaulted him with a huge stone, causing severe head injuries and profuse bleeding. The other ashramites who rushed to their aid were also manhandled and abused, including women ashramites. The Bididi police, who arrived on the spot, could do nothing but watch helplessly, even though the ashramites were facing life threats. The rowdies left in a white van when the police arrived, and the Swarna OB van left about half an hour later after the police arrived. No arrests were made by the police. Sri Atma Prabhananda has been taken to hospital. He's expected to register his complaint at the Bididi police station at the earliest time his health permits. Other ashramites will be registering their complaints today. Morning satsang from the Swamiji. Legal news updates. Press meet today. Now for today's top stories. Morning satsang from the Swamiji. Today, a previously recorded Bhagavad Gita discourse was played entitled, Do You Really Love Yourself? Swamiji has returned to Bididi from Madurai, and a 2 p.m. India Standard Time press conference is planned. And see the new Madurai Adinam website at ma.nithyananda.org. And go to nithyananda.tv and click Submit Your Question below the viewing window for your Akashic Readings questions.
The only way is, do not allow pleasure and pain, gain and loss, victory and defeat. Do battle for the sake of battle, and you shall incur no sin. Do battle for the sake of battle. Live your life just because of the enjoyment it brings. I tell you, every time the feeling for life, when it happens in me like a wave, I just feel, oh God, I am living, I want to live, so I am going to live forever. This is what I call energy. Feeling that life is good. When this wave hits you, energy fills your system. Not because of any loss or defeat, any victory or gain, any pleasure or pain, just for no reason. Life is too big. Consciousness is too great. It's like when you go in front of a too big guy, you don't feel like asking 50 paise or 1 rupee or a pen or pencil. You become silent. Asking these things is too petty or too small in front of him. I tell you, that's what exactly I feel in front of my consciousness. To ask for anything. Again and again my disciples push me. Swamiji asked for this. If you think it will all be done immediately. The moment I turn inside, the life is too big to have a desire. Understand? Life is too big to have any desire. When you have a desire and look inside, turn inside with that desire, you look too petty, too cheap, too small. Life is too big. Consciousness is too big to have any desire. When I understand consciousness is too big, the wave raises. The wave, life is too good, raises in my being. That's what I call energy. Every time the life is too good, that feeling comes in me. I just feel I love life. Because of life, I love the life, I know I am going to live forever. This body and mind is not going to stop my existence.
And Nithyananda Council files contempt of court against Swarna News Channel. June 5, 2012, Nithyananda's council filed a contempt of court petition against Swarna Kannada News Channel at the High Court of Karnataka for disobedience of the injunction order restraining the channel from telecasting anything on Nithyananda which is sub judice or defamatory in nature. The contempt petition is in response to the persistent and malicious telecast by Swarna from June 3, 2012 onwards of a woman who identified herself as Arti Rao and accused Nithyananda of sexually abusing her for 5 years between 2005 and 2010. The program was telecast on the 3rd of June and twice on the 4th of June. It was followed by a spate of panel discussions and public opinions deliberately planned by Swarna. On its third day, 5th of June, Swarna went to the extent of bringing around 20 women to the gates of the Bangalore ashram and made them demonstrate and called it a dharna by women's organizations. It is to be noted that on the 2nd of April 2012, a Bangalore City Civil Court passed an interim injunction against 9 media houses including TV9, Swarna 24/7, Kasturi, Udaya, Janashri, Public TV, ETV, Samaya 24/7 and News 9, restraining them from exhibiting, broadcasting or telecasting of programs, reports, clippings or visuals referring to Nithyananda in a false or derogatory manner. Compelled to avail of an injunction order to stop this gross misuse of the freedom of press, Nithyananda's counsel has again been pushed to file a contempt of court petition seeking serious action against this gross disobedience of a court order. Nithyananda's counsel submitted that even though the interim order of the court is within the knowledge of the TV channel, and when the interim order was still in operation willfully, the channel is intentionally and deliberately disobeying the order by telecasting, broadcasting the continuous spate of programs, which still continues, with an intention to ignite malicious propaganda about Nithyananda. And who is the woman accusing Nithyananda? Criminal truth behind the tears. On the 2nd of June this year, a woman who identified herself as Arti Rao spoke on a Kannada channel, Swarna TV, accusing Paramahamsa Nithyananda of sexually abusing her for 5 years between 2005 and 2010. Who is this woman and what is her background? What was her purpose in giving this interview? Let's take a look at the facts. First, Arti Rao is a well-established fraud and a wanted criminal who has cheated a number of innocent people and organizations in India and the United States. She's facing multiple charges for fraud and sex crimes and is currently absconding. Second, she's the carrier of an incurable sexually transmitted disease called herpes 2 as a result of multiple illicit relationships and covert prostitution. She is challenged to undergo tests to deny this and make her medical records public. Third, Life Bliss Foundation sued Ms. Rao in California, and at the conclusion of the litigation, Life Bliss Foundation prevailed and received a money judgment against Ms. Rao for theft of trade secrets, fraud, and numerous other counts. Fourth, in an attempt to avoid having to face such a judgment in the United States, Ms. Rao filed for personal bankruptcy in U.S. Bankruptcy Court in the Eastern District of Michigan. The federal bankruptcy judge dismissed Ms. Rao's case for her failure to appear and face her creditors. Fifth, Whenever Ms. Rao has been summoned to sit for deposition or to undergo cross-examination about these false and scandalous claims, she has refused to appear for deposition or cross-examination, even when the United States courthouse offered her security and safe passage to and from the courthouse. Sixth, she had given the same complaint against Paramahamsa Nithyananda to the United States Police as well, but her case was investigated and closed by the United States Police as baseless. Since she is now opening the case again, Nithyananda Dhyanapitam is filing a case against her for malicious prosecution. 7. She is currently facing final summons in Karnataka's Ramnagar Magistrate Court in the criminal conspiracy and extortion case filed by actress and Nithyananda devotee Miss Ranjita, filed on December 31st of 2010 under Section 200 of the Criminal Procedure Code 1973. The complaint has been filed for crimes committed under IPC Sections 354, assault or criminal force to women with intent to outrage her modesty, 506, criminal intimidation, 384, extortion, 509, word, gesture, or act intended to insult the modesty of a woman of the Indian Penal Code. 8th, she is also wanted in connection with the blackmail and extortion complaint registered against her by Nithyananda Dhyanapitam Administrator Sri Nithya Atma Prabhananda in July 2011 on charges of extortion, blackmail, and criminal conspiracy. The Tamil Nadu CBCID has issued a red alert to Interpol to nab her. Her fellow conspirator Lenin Karupan has already been arrested in this case and is now in Puzal jail in Chennai. 9th, she is wanted by a Varanasi court in connection with the creation and distribution of the morphed video attempting to link Paramahamsa Nithyananda and actress Ranjita. The section numbers are 292, 500, 509 of the CPC along with Section 4 of the Information and Technology Act. 10th, she is facing serious charges of child abuse in the United States of a sexual nature. Details cannot be divulged at present. 11th, she has been avoiding investigation in all the cases against her in India and in the United States until date is absconding. For history, first, R.T. Rao approached Nithyananda Dhyanapitam in 2005 to be healed of an incurable sexually transmitted disease called herpes 2, which was highly contagious and could spread through the merest physical contact, including saliva. She confessed to ashram authorities that this disease had been transmitted to her through several illicit relationships. The woman has claimed 40 incidents of abuse, but even one such incident is enough for the disease to have been transmitted to me, said Paramahamsa Nithyananda. We have already submitted all relevant evidence, along with my blood tests, proving that I am not carrying the disease, to the investigative authorities, including the Karnataka Police and the High Court of Karnataka, declared Nithyananda in the press meet responding to the accusation on the 3rd of June 2012. Second, she was only a visitor to the ashram and has never been in the personal service of Paramahamsa Nithyananda. Third, posing as a devotee, Miss Rao had tried to take over administrative control of the ashram along with some others. Press meet today. A press meet was coordinated today at Chitsaba Bididi Ashram to address the recent allegations of one R.T. Rao. Here are some highlights.
But because she has come to media abusing me, I need my right to dignity. Just like she needs our privacy protection, I need my right to life. I need my right to dignity and dignified life. So I have come to give the self-explanation to all of you. I will divulge and open the information only already told in the open court. First thing I want to tell you, this lady who says she has been abused physically in 2005 and she complained in 2010 and now coming again back in 2012. Let me be very clear. Even during the time she says, she claims she has been abused, she was having and she is having highly contagious sexually transmitted disease like HIV. It is called herpes 2. She came to the ashram for healing the disease only. In 2004, I think she came to the ashram for healing the disease, but I told her, because she received this disease as a karma, bad karma, she cannot be healed. And this disease also can't be healed. It is incurable, sexually transmitted, highly contagious. Please understand, for HIV you need body fluid for contagious to get the disease. But this disease herpes too, just saliva is enough. Saliva is enough. It is highly contagious, more contagious than HIV. She is carrying that highly contagious herpes 2 disease. Even during the time she claims she has been abused, it is not once she is telling. She is telling 40 times, spread over 6 years. Then surely, if whatever she says is true, even 1% true, I should have the disease. Not only I don't have the disease, I never had it. Please be very clear. It is incurable. And not only that, I have already done my blood checkup and handed over that to the Karnataka CBCID and given all the information to Karnataka CBCID to get her and do a blood test on her. Maybe Karnataka CBCID does not have the right to power to get somebody from outside India. It seems she is not inside India because Tamil Nadu CBCID is searching for her. My ashram manager has given a complaint to Tamil Nadu CBCID. In that case, 9 accused. Already many of them are arrested. They are in the jail and some got bail. And she is also one accused. Tamil Nadu CBCID is searching for her. And Karnataka Ramnagar court has given 3 summons to her. She is evading all 3 summons. Varanasi court has given 2 summons to her. Apart from this, she is being searched by American police for 2 false charges. 2 important charges, not false charges, 2 important charges. She is being searched by the American police also. So please understand, she is absconding from American police. She is absconding from Karnataka court warrant, court summon, 3 summons. She is escaping from Tamil Nadu CBCID investigation. She is not coming for investigation. And suddenly she sends a secret tape of interview giving all false charges and abusals on me. I don't know whether Karnataka CBCID does not have power to get her for blood examination or they are not doing, I don't know the reason. So tomorrow I am going to apply in the Karnataka High Court to get her and get her blood examination done and get her medical records done. I will request the Karnataka High Court to hand over this case which I am going to file to CBI investigation.
And that's all from Nithyananda TV News for now. Thank you for joining us, and let us end our news with a bliss dose from the Avatar. Innocence is the space for transformation to happen. We'll see you next time on Nithyananda TV News. Nithyanandam!